What if I told you that every single night, while you sleep, your body is performing microscopic miracles that could add years to your life? As a physician who has spent decades studying the intricate relationship between sleep and longevity, I'm about to share something that might completely transform how you think about those 8 hours you spend in bed. This isn't just about feeling rested. This is about cellular survival, DNA protection, and the biological mechanisms that separate those who age gracefully from those who struggle with declining health after 55. Right now, as you're watching this, billions of cells in your body are carrying damage. Free radicals, those destructive molecules created by stress, pollution, and even the simple act of breathing, are attacking your DNA every single second. But here's what most people don't realize. Your body has an extraordinary defense system, a repair mechanism so sophisticated that it works tirelessly to fix this damage. And the most powerful activation of this system happens during one specific phase of sleep that most people over 55 are not getting enough of. Let me paint you a picture of what's happening inside your cells right now. Deep sleep, that precious stage of slumber where your brain waves slow to their most restorative rhythm, is when your body unleashes a cascade of repair proteins. These molecular workers travel through your bloodstream, entering every cell, scanning your DNA for breaks, mutations, and damage. They're like microscopic construction crews, rebuilding the very blueprint of your existence. But here's the troubling truth that keeps me up at night, ironically. After the age of 55, the average person loses nearly 40% of their deep sleep capacity. 40%. That means nearly half of your body's natural repair time is simply vanishing, night after night, year after year. The consequences? Accelerated aging, increased inflammation, cognitive decline, and a higher risk of chronic diseases that we often mistakenly attribute to just getting older. Before I reveal the 3 specific sleep techniques that can restore this lost repair time, I need you to do something for me right now. If you're serious about taking control of your cellular health, if you're ready to learn the science-backed methods that could genuinely change your biological age, type the number 1 in the comments below. Let me see that you're committed. And while you're at it, hit that subscribe button, because what I'm about to share goes far beyond generic sleep advice. This is precision medicine for your DNA. Now, let's talk about what's actually happening during those critical deep sleep cycles. Your brain, that 3-pound universe inside your skull, goes through something remarkable. It activates the glymphatic system, essentially a waste removal process that flushes out toxic proteins that accumulate during your waking hours. One of these proteins is beta amyloid, the same substance that forms plaques in the brains of Alzheimer's patients. But the magic doesn't stop there. During deep sleep, your body increases production of growth hormone, a powerful substance that doesn't just build muscle, it commands your cells to prioritize repair over routine functions. Your mitochondria, the energy factories inside every cell, undergo a process called mitophagy, where damaged components are recycled and replaced. Your telomeres, those protective caps on the ends of your chromosomes that literally measure your biological age, are being preserved and protected. And here's something that will astound you. Recent research from Stanford University discovered that people who consistently achieve optimal deep sleep show DNA methylation patterns, that's the chemical modifications to your genes, that are up to 15 years younger than their chronological age. 15 years. Imagine looking in the mirror and seeing not just a fresher face, but knowing that at the cellular level, your body is operating like someone more than a decade younger. But how do you access this fountain of youth? How do you reclaim that lost deep sleep that disappeared somewhere between your 50th and 60th birthdays? That's exactly what I'm going to reveal, and I promise you, these aren't the tired old recommendations you've heard 1,000 times. Technique number 1, thermal manipulation. Your body temperature is intimately connected to your sleep architecture. As evening approaches, your core temperature naturally drops by approximately 2 degrees Fahrenheit, signaling to your brain that it's time for deep rest. But here's what most people don't know. After 55, this temperature regulation system becomes less efficient. The hypothalamus, the part of your brain that controls temperature, starts receiving weaker signals. Your blood vessels don't dilate as effectively to release heat. Your sweat response diminishes. The solution is counterintuitive. 90 minutes before bed, take a hot bath or shower, raising your body temperature by 1 to 2 degrees. The water should be warm enough to make you perspire slightly, around 104 to 108 degrees Fahrenheit. Stay in for at least 20 minutes. This isn't just about relaxation, though that helps. You're creating a physiological trigger. When you step out, your body will overcompensate, dropping your core temperature more dramatically than it would naturally. Your blood rushes to your extremities, radiating heat away from your core. This enhanced cooling triggers a more robust deep sleep response. Studies from the University of Texas show this simple technique can increase deep sleep duration by up to 36% and help you fall asleep 10 minutes faster. But there's a second layer to this that most people completely miss. Your bedroom temperature matters profoundly. The optimal range for deep sleep is between 60 and 67 degrees Fahrenheit. I know this feels cold to many people, especially those over 55 who tend to feel chilly more easily. But understand this. Your body cannot achieve maximum deep sleep in a warm room. It's physiologically impossible. Here's why. During deep sleep, your body's temperature regulation system essentially goes offline. You stop sweating. You stop shivering. Your body needs to maintain a slightly lower core temperature throughout the night. If your room is too warm, your sleep will automatically become lighter as your brain tries to prevent overheating. You'll spend more time in stage 1 and stage 2 sleep, the lighter phases that provide almost no DNA repair benefits. If you're sleeping in a room warmer than 70 degrees, you're sabotaging your DNA repair process every single night. The solution? Invest in your sleep environment. Use breathable, natural fiber sheets, cotton or linen. Consider a cooling mattress pad. Keep a fan running for air circulation. If you get cold during the night, use layers of blankets you can adjust rather than heating the entire room. And here's an advanced technique that I use personally. Keep your hands and feet slightly warm while your core stays cool. Wear light socks to bed. This might sound contradictory, but warming your extremities actually promotes heat loss from your core through vasodilation, helping you achieve that optimal cool core temperature for deep sleep. Now, before I move to the second technique, I want you to imagine something. Imagine waking up tomorrow morning, not with that familiar fog and stiffness, but with genuine energy. Imagine your mind sharp, your mood elevated, your body feeling like it did a decade ago. This isn't fantasy. This is the documented reality for people who master these sleep techniques. Technique number 2, strategic light exposure. Your circadian rhythm, that internal biological clock that governs when you sleep and wake, is controlled by a tiny cluster of neurons in your hypothalamus called the suprachiasmatic nucleus. This cluster, containing only about 20,000 neurons, orchestrates the timing of virtually every biological process in your body. And it is exquisitely sensitive to light, but not all light is created equal. Blue light, the wavelength between 450 and 480 nanometers, is the most powerful suppressor of melatonin, the hormone that initiates sleep. It's emitted by phones, computers, tablets, LED bulbs, and even your television. Just 2 hours of evening blue light exposure can suppress melatonin production by 23%. But here's what's critical for people over 55. Your eyes' lenses naturally yellow with age, filtering out blue light throughout the day. This sounds protective, but it actually creates a problem. Because you're getting less blue light during the day, your circadian clock isn't receiving strong enough signals to stay properly calibrated. Then, when you're exposed to blue light at night from your devices, the impact is even more disruptive because your system is already weakened. It's like having a confused internal clock that can't tell day from night. This is why insomnia rates spike after 55. The protocol is precise, and it has two critical phases. Phase 1 happens in the morning. Within 30 minutes of waking, expose your eyes to bright, natural sunlight for at least 10 minutes. If it's overcast, aim for 20 minutes. If it's a bright sunny day, 10 minutes is sufficient. This isn't casual exposure. No sunglasses. No windows, because glass filters out key wavelengths. No reading your phone while you do it. Direct exposure, looking toward the general direction of the sun, not directly at it. This morning light exposure does something remarkable. It sends a powerful signal to your suprachiasmatic nucleus that says, this is daytime, this is when we're alert, this is when cortisol should be high and melatonin should be 0. This signal sets a timer. Approximately 14 to 16 hours later, your brain will naturally begin producing melatonin, the sleep hormone. Without this morning signal, that timer never gets properly set. Phase 2 begins 3 hours before your target bedtime. This is when you eliminate all blue light exposure. And I mean all of it. Use amber-tinted glasses if you must use screens. These aren't regular sunglasses. They're specialized glasses that block blue wavelengths while allowing other colors through. You can find quality pairs for $20 to $30. They're one of the best investments you'll make in your health. Dim your home lighting to warm, red spectrum bulbs. Replace your bright white LEDs with amber or red bulbs in the rooms you use during evening hours. Red light, around 650 to 700 nanometers, has virtually no impact on melatonin production. In fact, some research suggests it may even enhance mitochondrial function and cellular repair. Here's an advanced strategy one recommend. If you wake during the night to use the bathroom, use only red night lights. Even brief exposure to bright white or blue light at 3 a.m. can reset your circadian clock, making it harder to fall back into deep sleep. Keep a red headlamp or red bulb nightlight in your bathroom. It's enough to see safely but won't disrupt your melatonin levels. This might seem like minor adjustments, but understand what you're actually doing. You're speaking the ancient language of your DNA. For millions of years, human biology evolved under the rhythm of sunrise and sunset. Your genes are programmed to respond to these light signals. When you honor this programming, your body rewards you with the deep, restorative sleep that activates those critical repair mechanisms. Technique number 3, time-restricted eating aligned with your sleep cycle. This is where the science becomes truly fascinating, and where most people, even health-conscious individuals, make critical mistakes. When you eat, your last meal matters almost as much as what you eat. Digestion requires enormous energy, and when your body is working to break down food during the hours you should be in deep sleep, it's diverting resources away from DNA repair. Let me explain the mechanism. When you eat, your body releases insulin and other digestive hormones. Your core temperature rises slightly. Blood flow shifts toward your digestive organs. Your sympathetic nervous system, your fight or flight system, becomes more active. All of these processes are completely incompatible with deep sleep. Your body literally cannot do both things well at the same time. The research is compelling and consistent across multiple studies. Stop eating at least 4 hours before bedtime. If you plan to sleep at 10 p.m., your last bite of food should be no later than 6 p.m. This gives your body time to complete the initial stages of digestion and enter a fasted state. I know this challenges many cultural norms. Dinner is often a late meal, a social event. But your biology doesn't care about social conventions. During this fasted state, several remarkable things happen. First, your cells activate a process called autophagy, a self-cleaning mechanism where damaged cellular components are broken down and recycled. Think of it as taking out the cellular trash before the repair crews arrive. Autophagy is one of the most powerful anti-aging processes your body possesses, and it's largely suppressed when you're constantly eating. Second, your growth hormone levels surge during the early hours of sleep, but only if you're not digesting food. Growth hormone doesn't just build muscle. It commands your cells to prioritize repair over routine functions, enhancing that DNA repair we've been discussing. But if insulin is elevated from late-night eating, growth hormone production is blocked. Third, your body shifts from glucose burning to fat burning. This metabolic switch reduces oxidative stress, the very thing that damages your DNA in the first place. It's like reducing the number of fires while simultaneously deploying more firefighters. But there's another dimension to this that researchers are just beginning to understand. Your gut microbiome, that vast ecosystem of trillions of bacteria in your intestines, follows a circadian rhythm too. Different species of bacteria are active at different times of day. When you eat late at night, you disrupt this rhythm. You feed bacteria that should be dormant and starve bacteria that should be active. This creates something called dysbiosis, an imbalanced gut ecosystem. Dysbiosis leads to increased intestinal permeability, sometimes called leaky gut. Bacterial components and inflammatory molecules leak into your bloodstream, triggering system-wide inflammation. This inflammation doesn't just make you feel unwell. It interferes with sleep quality and directly inhibits DNA repair mechanisms. Studies show that people who finish eating by 6 or 7 p.m. experience significantly deeper sleep and wake with lower inflammatory markers, specifically reduced levels of C-reactive protein and interleukin-6. Here's how to implement this practically. Plan your eating window. If you wake at 6 a.m., eat breakfast at 7 a.m. Eat lunch around noon. Eat an early dinner, your largest meal, between 4:30 and 5:30 p.m. If you must eat later due to work schedules, make that final meal small and easily digestible. Avoid heavy proteins, fatty foods, and large portions. A light soup or salad is ideal. And here's a crucial detail. Don't just stop eating, stop drinking caloric beverages too. That evening glass of milk, that protein shake, even that tablespoon of cream in your nighttime tea, all of it triggers an insulin response and disrupts the fasting state. Water is fine. Herbal tea without additives is fine. Everything else should stop 4 hours before bed. Let me get specific about what's happening to your DNA during optimal deep sleep. Your cells employ several repair pathways. Base excision repair fixes small, damaged sections of DNA. Nucleotide excision repair removes bulky damage caused by UV light and toxins. Mismatch repair corrects errors that occurred during DNA replication. All of these systems require energy, specific enzymes, and uninterrupted time. They work most efficiently when your body isn't fighting inflammation, digesting food, or responding to stress hormones. Deep sleep creates the perfect biological environment for this work. Your cortisol levels drop to their lowest point. Anti-inflammatory compounds increase. Energy that would normally fuel your conscious thoughts and movements is redirected to cellular maintenance. And here's something that should fill you with hope. Unlike so many aspects of aging that feel beyond our control, sleep is something you can master. You have the power, right now, tonight, to begin reversing years of accumulated cellular damage. Every night of optimized deep sleep is an investment in your future self. The benefits extend far beyond what happens in your cells. Patients who implement these 3 techniques consistently report remarkable changes in their daily experience. Energy levels stabilize. That afternoon crash that seemed inevitable? It disappears. Mental clarity sharpens. Tasks that required effort become effortless again. Mood improves dramatically. There's a direct connection between deep sleep and emotional regulation. The amygdala, your brain's fear and anxiety center, becomes hyperactive when you're sleep deprived. But with restored deep sleep, emotional resilience returns. You find yourself responding to stress with calm rather than anxiety. Relationships improve because you're showing up as your best self. So let me give you the complete protocol, the perfect sleep plan for people over 55 who want to activate maximum DNA repair. Start your day with morning sunlight exposure. Maintain a consistent sleep schedule, going to bed and waking at the same times, even on weekends. Finish your last meal by 6 p.m. At 8 p.m., begin your wind-down routine, dim lights, amber glasses if needed, perhaps some gentle stretching or meditation. At 9:30 p.m., take that hot bath or shower. Make sure your bedroom is dark, quiet, and cool, ideally between 62 and 67 degrees. Remove all electronic devices. Consider blackout curtains and white noise if needed. By 10 or 10:30 p.m., you're in bed, and your body is primed for the deep, restorative sleep that will repair your DNA, clear toxins from your brain, and prepare you for a vibrant tomorrow. The question isn't whether this will work. The science is irrefutable. The question is whether you'll commit to treating your sleep with the respect it deserves. Because somewhere in the next 8 hours, while the world sleeps, your body will either repair itself and grow stronger, or it will continue down the path of accelerated aging. The choice, as always, is yours. What will you decide tonight?